Orange Weekly, fans, brews, and Broncos news. Hey everyone, my name is Kev Dan. Welcome to the Bourbon Broncos No BS special show, Tailgate Talk. We are 1 hour from kickoff from this week 3 matchup, and I am glad you're all here today. Do a huge favor for me. All my devices are taken up. Please hit that share button. Make sure all of your friends know. Post it in some groups, post it in some chats, whatever you want to do. Let's get as many Broncos fans up in here today as we possibly can. We got a lot to talk about. And more importantly, I want to hear what you all have to say. That's why I'm here, guys. It wouldn't be nearly as fun if you all just weren't saying anything. So look, guys, Broncos are 0-2 after starting the season, 2 games at home. You would think that actually, if you had told me that the Broncos would be 0-2 to start the season, I would have laughed at you. I really would have, because it's just not what we thought was going to happen with the Sean Payton team, We still have a lot of discipline issues. Penalties are high through the first 2 weeks. We still, completely fall short in the second half. We're not really making adjustments. The defense is a huge, huge, huge concern. And stick with me while I go and share this around. But there's a lot of things to really look at and consider here. But we'll go over some inactives and go ahead and post some comments. Let me know you're here. We got Ryan. Oof, already predicting it, guys. We'll do some score predictions here at the end of the show, so make sure you stick around. I want to hear what you have to say. And as always, we do the competition where if you guess the score correctly and the Broncos win, you have to guess that the Broncos win and the score is correct. You win some awesome Broncos swag, Orange Weekly swag, all brought to you by us. So please just, post some score predictions. Maybe you'll be right. We had somebody win last year, actually. Ryan and Vance Joseph. So let's talk about that really quickly here. It's only week 3, guys. Nobody's going to go. Nobody's going to get fired. The question will be, what, excuse me, guys. The question is going to be, is Vance Joseph going to stick around for more than just a couple weeks? And really he will. No team's going to fire a coordinator after a few weeks. Now we do see that the Bears coordinator resigned. The defensive coordinator up there, that was probably just, people weren't getting along. It was probably something that had been brewing for a long time. Okay. This is a new coaching staff. They're going to be growing pains, right? This is not a growing pain we expected by any means. And to me, the bigger problem is the intensity, right? So what Ryan is talking about, is Vance Joseph going to be here? And we really got to look at what is he going to do with his team to turn it around under Sean Payton's leadership, right? Anthony, how you doing? Good to see you. Jerry, just so you know, I am not going to be taking any bets to do any shots today. So whatever you throw at me, just no shots. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to pull a Jared. Let's see here. Go ahead and hit that share button for me, guys. And I'm going to go over the inactives next. And remember, guys, post your score predictions because we are going to have that competition going today. Okay, inactives today. The big one for Miami is Waddle. Okay, that one is maybe something that's going to help us out, but we're really just going to have to wait and see how that all turns around. Okay, let's see here. Back to over here. How y'all doing? Glad you're here on TikTok as well. Everybody on TikTok, this is first time streaming here, so hit the share button for me there as well. See, Vance Joseph needs to go. Jerry, it's too soon. Okay. Look, here in Denver, we have a history with him. Okay. We know what happened with him as a head coach. So we were already giving him, a very short rope. Okay. As fans, right? Like, I'm right there with you. Okay. But just we have to stick with it, guys. That's the way it's going to be. We have to stick with it. That's what the team's going to do. That's what Sean Payton's going to do. Big thing is, who are you going to replace? Right? Who are you going to replace him with? Seriously, guys. You can say the Bears coordinator, but he hasn't been, it's just not going to happen. If we're going to look at seasonal moves, you're going to see it more around the bye week, okay, halfway through this season. And the question is going to be, can this season be salvaged if we turn things around? Okay. And it starts with today. This is a classic trap game for Miami, guys. I completely believe that. Look, Miami just won 2 big games. This is their first game at home where we've had 2 games at home. So the first 2 games of the season were on the road for them. They're coming home 2-0. They're feeling real good, right? This is the game. The Broncos know that if they go 0-3, man, the season's not over, but you have now put yourself in a position where it's just not things are just not gonna work out very well for you come the end of the season if you're really thinking about being competitive for a playoff spot. Okay, Ryan says 31-24. I'm guessing you say Broncos. Remember, if you guess the Broncos to win, then it is the correct score, you are gonna win some awesome prizes from us here. Anthony here, I like this. It's going to be close and we'll get a win. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Really expecting a close game. I'm expecting the Broncos take the early lead like we've seen the last 2 weeks. Broncos are going to get a very comfortable lead. I'm not going to say comfortable. I think they're going to take a 10-point lead going, halfway through the second quarter, right? I don't want us to get the ball back to get the second half, to start the second half, because we just haven't done well both games so far this season, starting off the second half with the ball. We just come out there and look completely flat, guys. Yeah, I'm drinking. It's game day. It's 5:00 somewhere. I don't care. You should be drinking too. Drink responsibly, please. Okay. Glad you're here though, Jerry. 21-17 Broncos. I like it. Ryan, yeah, it won't happen until the end of the season. That's the most likely scenario, right? We're gonna see what this team does. And remember, there is a culture of losing within this organization, guys. Okay, there really, really is. It takes time to turn these things around. And again, I know college ball is different than the NFL. Okay, so I'm not comparing the intensity of the game or anything like that. I'm comparing leadership principles and principles behind culture. And you're seeing it if you're following Deion Sanders at all and what's going on up at CU Boulder. He is very common conversations with his team about culture, right? And he addressed the team as to why so many people left, from the team before. And he said it's because there was a culture of losing. Okay, I'm paraphrasing here. It's not verbatim, but he was talking about there being a culture of losing, and we had to get rid of the losing mentality. And so one thing he was asking the players when he was interviewing them and trying to figure out who's going to make the team and stuff was, had they won before? And not just had they won, but like, what did they do to win? Did they take that extra step? Did they go above and beyond? Did they step up when their team needed them? And do they have that mentality of, I'm going to be the guy that gets things done when this team needs it? Okay, I know we did not see it yesterday at all on the field, but this is, it is a culture thing, guys. Deion Sanders was able to wipe the slate clean, with NCAA rules, totally legal. Everyone wanted to play for him. He had tons of people in the pipeline. He got his pick of the litter, Broncos, in the NFL, you don't get to do that. This culture change is going to take a lot longer, and when you're just so used to, oh, here we are again, the other team's catching up, and us and the fans, we feel it. Oh, here's hope. They're giving us hope again that they're coming back. They got to feel it too, even if it's in the back of their heads. They're professionals. I'm not saying they're not going out there and trying, but there's a mental thing there, and it takes a long time and the right people coming in the organization to get past that. Okay. Vance Joseph, I do not believe, is the right leader for that. We're seeing it on the field. I don't care how many times the players go out there and say, this guy makes us want to play harder for him. Vance Joseph makes us want to play harder for him. I don't care how many times they've said that. Through 2 weeks so far, it has not materialized on the field one little bit. Okay. And that's the problem I have with Vance Joseph. So we'll see. But Ryan, I completely agree. It's more likely it's not going to happen at the end of the season. You're not going to see a coordinator moved in the middle of the season unless it's just like, we've tried for 8 weeks. This defense that was really good seasons prior, now is just completely flopped. near the bottom of the NFL, whatever the case is, like we are right now, maybe it is a discussion for bringing in that Bears DC or promoting somebody within the team and just seeing if we can get some life going to turn this thing around to salvage the second half of the season. So let's see, Andrew, how you doing? Broncos 27-26, man. These guys are going to give me a heart attack every week. I believe it. Guys, keep the comments coming in. I want to hear what you have to think about the game and other things. Now, for Broncos inactives, Justin Simmons out. Yep, that sucks. We know that. Frank Clark is out. And man, look, the pass rush was better last week, but it was the Cardinals. It was the Cardinals. Looking at the Miami Dolphins pass rush, Bradley Chubb, man, he is going to want to get some against his old team. He is going to want to go out there and he's going to show everyone, you should not have traded me. Okay. Bradley Chubb, I think, is good for 2 sacks today. Sorry to say it. I think he's going to get the best of bowls. And I would bet that they put him against bowls. And yeah, I think he's just good for 2 sacks today. I think he's going to hurt us bad. Our success is going to come through the run game and some deep passes. I really believe that. I think if Russ holds on to the ball for more than 2 seconds, man, we're going to be looking at trouble. He cannot hold on to the ball today. Bradley Chubb is chomping at the bit. I guarantee, right? He is foaming at the mouth to have this opportunity, right? The year after he gets traded. Oh, he is ready, guys. He is ready. So Vance should never have been hired. Jerry, I just saw, sorry. Look, hindsight 2020. Would this be different with Vic Fangio running our defense? Maybe. It's more of a no-nonsense guy. Could he get the team to play better? I mean, it'd be the same story. We'd be sitting here doing the same thing, I don't know. This is the problem, Anthony. We need to play more physical. I don't care how creative the plays are. I don't care if they're the most creative play caller in the NFL and you design the most glorious plays out there. I don't care. Oh, you guys can't hear me. That's why nobody on TikTok is responding. Hey, Brady, maybe you can hear me now? This is my first time on TikTok, and maybe you just saved me. I'm like, why is nobody on TikTok, commenting? So Brady, let me know if you can hear me now. Let's see. Okay, guys. Keeping this train rolling. We have a game coming up here in about 45 minutes. Ryan, has anyone said yet that VJ needs to go? Yeah. No, I don't think anyone's commented on that yet. That's a good point. Anthony, you're right, man. It takes time, though. This all takes time. For everybody on TikTok, if you haven't been able to hear me, because apparently user error, I need to turn on my microphone. Here I've been talking to you this whole time and everywhere else. But you couldn't hear me. So that's been fun. I'm a little embarrassed. You're just a guy with a horse head on talking to himself. But everybody else, hey, make sure you're subscribing to our YouTube if you want to make sure that your comments are going through. Facebook is great and all, but half the time your comment shows up as Facebook user. I don't see your name. It also sometimes the comment doesn't go through. So if you think I'm ignoring your comments, I promise you I'm not. Brady on TikTok, let me know if you can hear me now. Let's see. One sec, guys. I can't type and talk at the same time. Cool. There we go. Awesome. But yeah, Anthony, completely agree. It takes time. This season, I think we all felt the Sean Payne effect. And when he set the expectation for this to be a playoff, that should be the expectation. I'm not mad at Sean Payne for setting the expectation to be so high. I think we all fell in line with that too easily, if that makes any sense. Let me just, nerd, push up my glasses here like a nerd. And I don't know, guys. It's interesting to see what this team has done compared to what we thought it would be, and it's not close. It takes time. Anthony, though, 1 point score prediction here from you as well, 24-23 Broncos. Okay, love it. Clayton in the house. How you doing, man? How you doing? Hit that smash button, share. Go ahead and subscribe, guys. Subscribe. Okay. Uh, let's see what else. Keep the comments coming, guys. What about special teams? We haven't heard much about that, which is good. We haven't really seen any fumbles through special teams in terms of just like, bad plays or bad returns. They're being very smart, I think, for the most part. And that's what we want to see, right? Okay. Let's see. We getting that dub today, boys? Yeah, I love it, man. This is the thing. This is what I'm talking about. Trap game for Miami, guys. You know, this Broncos team is going to be desperate, and as long as they go out there and play physically with that desperation, but they don't play mentally with that, they still play smart football. We could shock the NFL today. This could be the game that everyone's going, wow, okay, that happened. How did Miami drop that game? Miami's not going to be undefeated this year. Somebody's got to beat them. Why not us? Why not us? Okay, thank you, Andrew. Clayton feeling fine. Clayton is feeling fine up in here. I love it. Let's see. Going to end this on TikTok, and we're going to try again on TikTok. Bear with me, guys, as I go through this for the first time ever. Boom. Okay. Let's see. Let's keep those comments coming from today's game. Broncos versus Miami. We are 45 minutes away. Oh, here's a good one, Ryan. I like this comment. Actually, let me go to Andrews before him, just because one YouTube comments I'm going to prioritize, but also he got there before you, so I'll go back to you, Ryan, in just a second. Yes. So I'm wondering, is this the max of what we're going to see from Javonte this? Like, is this him fully back, or does he still have another gear? Right. And that's what we're going to want to see. Everybody on YouTube, if you're watching, let me know if you can hear me okay. I want to make sure you guys can hear me this time. I restarted it, so maybe it's better. But the whole running game is going to have to be really in tune today. Really in tune. And if we don't get that run game going, it's going to hurt us, because that's going to force Russell Wilson to stand in the pocket. It's going to give Miami secondary, which is not a joke, time to cover our guys, and that's what's going to lead to the sacks, guys. So we are going to have our offensive line has a big task in front of them today. We really do. I think the win's going to come down to the offensive line. Okay. Ryan over here, what's your take on the wide receivers? Who needs to go by trade deadline or end of the season? Guy, I don't want to trade anybody right now. We get I love Tim Patrick. I love Timmy P. I don't know, after 2 years in a row of terrible injuries, what he's going to look like when he comes back, right? So it might be worth tempting some team, like, hey, guys, we have Tim Patrick. We're set on wide receivers. Otherwise, we're going to go through the draft or whatever. But, he still has a lot in the tank. Is it worth keeping him on the team and seeing if he's going to, come back healthy and be productive? I don't know. So that's one name to maybe look for on the wide receiver market. I don't think you trade Sutton or Judy. I think they're just still the core of the team right now. The problem is, there's trade value in those guys. I think what we're going to want to look at is, what is our record coming up to the trade deadline? Is our season over? Is it worth it? And we know that George Payton likes to build up draft picks, right? So it very well could be that we move a wide receiver. I just don't know who that would be. That's a really good question. Yep, we got to wear out that D, and then the offense will be scoring points. Man, here's the thing. It's hot. Let's look at the weather report. I'm not really a weather man, but Miami weather. I'm going to give you today's weather report in Miami. Let's find a good website here. Let's see. Weather today, it feels like 95. So it's only, it's 12:20 out there. 95 doesn't show me let's see, humidity 63%, so that's lower than normal out there, light breeze, but yeah, it is hot. I wouldn't be surprised if by the start of the game here we're close to feeling like closer to 100. So it's going to be a hot one for these guys. We're going to have to play really smart and not wear ourselves out. We're at the disadvantage this time. Going down to sea level, yeah, but with that humidity and that heat, guys, if you've never been there, I lived down there for almost 9 years and I could not get over it. Clayton, 32-21 us. Okay. I like it. Anthony, running game needs to be good. We got this. I love it. Let's go. We are getting close to the end of the show here. I'm going to give you guys my score prediction. We are live at halftime as well for everybody who hasn't watched us before. If you're new to the show or anything like that, welcome. My name is Kevin from the Bourbon Broncos No BS show. We do this tailgate show 1 hour before kickoff every game day. And then we are live at halftime as well for the halftime hash. So make sure you tune in then as well. But let's see. We're getting some followers over on TikTok. Angel, how you doing there? Make sure you're following us on YouTube as well. Kat, how you doing? Good to see you here. Hope you're feeling better. Owen, let's see. Owen, how you doing? I'm just seeing this, man. Happy birthday. Hopefully your Broncos, our Broncos pull off a win for you just for your birthday, man. That would be an awesome thing. Let's see. That's all I can see from other comments right now there. Keep those coming in on TikTok and make sure you're following us on YouTube as well to ensure your comments are getting shown to me on this side of things. Okay. Man, here you go. Well over 100 rushing yards and then add 35 from Russ. Rushing yards for Russ. That would be awesome. I think that would be, I don't know if that'd be good enough for us to win though. To be honest with you, I think we're gonna need more rushing yards than that. Russ, I don't want him to be rushing around. That's the pocket collapsing. That's him holding on to the ball too long, things like that. So I would rather just Russ not run today. It's going to happen. I want him to be himself. Don't force it, right? But let's just hope that they play smart. Yeah, we can still talk about him. Now, look, he's doing well, though. When you look at his stats, he does well. Now, his problem is through the first 2 weeks, he's getting into his head. He makes a mistake. He fumbles that ball. And all of a sudden, he just stops playing well, and it takes him a whole quarter or more to get back into the swing of things. And that's when our offense stalls. Okay. So he plays really well in the first half. He plays well in the fourth quarter. But that third quarter, we just stall. And then our defense gets tired really fast. Our defense just can't keep up. Other team comes back, and there we are. Right? So the biggest problem with Russ is he needs to play a complete game. When he's on his game, he's looking really good, for the most part. But we saw last week, he tried to throw, 1 or 2 interceptions in a row before he finally did throw an interception. It's like, who are you throwing to? Man? So, look, I'm not sold on him either, but he is showing progress, and that's what we need through this. Still new team, only the third game of the season, new coach, new coaching staff, all that stuff, guys. So let's just see what these guys can do. Yeah. Let's see. Danian over at TikTok here. I got plenty of people over on all my other channels, man. No worries. But yeah, what defense? That's a good question though. What defense? We haven't had, this defense is just, letting people through left and right. They're letting big plays through. And it's, again, if you told me during the start of the season that by week 3, the defense would just not be bad, but be really, really bad, I'd be laughing at you. I would. I'd be like, what are you talking about? There's no way this defense is going to be bad. But here we are. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Yeah. Steve Jackson, how you doing? The question is, can our $1 million offensive line protect our quarterback? Protect the quarterback and keep the run game going. Those are the questions, Steve. Let's see. Jerry Judy's open a lot. He's good. Yep. We just need to find him more. Let's see. Sweaty Betty out there. Agreed. Let's see. I'm telling you, 5 sacks. We're going to get 5 sacks today. Okay. I like it. Clayton, best show. Hey guys, this is coming from, I didn't ask him to say this. He says this is the best show. So I appreciate you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Mrs. Jared's mom, how you doing? Agreed. This is the game for the upset. The Broncos need it really badly. I think Miami is feeling good. I would love them because they're playing Buffalo on the road next week. So I would love Miami to come in focused on Buffalo next week versus this game at hand. Let us run up the score And then, our defense is going to have to control it, though, at that point. And is our defense going to be able to do that? I would say right now, no. But let's see if they can prove me different, Thanks, Kim. Glad you're here. Jerry, let's have no penalties. Well, we're not going to have no penalties. I would say under 5 penalties or less is a really good day, especially for this, this team that's been struggling with that for so long. Allison, glad you are here. Denver Broncos for life. Let's see. Clayton, I appreciate you, buddy. You're a good man. Steve, watch Bradley Chubb have the game of his life today. Yep. And I was talking about this earlier, man. He is chomping at the bit. He is ready to go and get some payback against his former team. Excuse me. So let's see. Vaz, Broncos are playing Miami today. Broncos are playing Miami. The Broncos going crazy. Yeah, no, they're not. They're driving me crazy is what they're doing. Glenn, that's what they're doing for sure. Let's see. Will Perrine eat today? Yes. I think it depends on who is the hot hand between Javonte Williams and him. I think that's really going to be the determining factor. So first quarter, you're going to, first couple drives, you're going to see them get even splits. After that, you're probably going to see it favor one more than the other. I would hope so. I think, both him and Javonte have very powerful running styles. They just, who's going to make it happen? That's the question for today. Okay. And finally, PS2 going to play lights out today. Yeah. I expect PS2 to be targeted 3 or 4 times and him just bat the ball out of the air like it's nothing. Victor, how you guys doing? It is time for us to start wrapping up the show. So let's go over everything one more time. Look, Broncos are on the road for the first time this season. The Broncos defense is at best questionable. We're going to have to see what this team does on the road in very hot weather, where the team is, where the fans are not on their side. Expect a big Bronco showing. But I think the Miami fans are going to be nice and loud. Their team is 2-0. We're 0-2. That's just the fact of the matter. So we need to go find a way to shut them out real quickly. Waddle is out for Miami. That's a big one for us. Hopefully our defense will be able to, help, pick up some other guys that way, and keep the offensive, threat from Miami down. We're also going to have to contain Tua and his legs. So we got Russ and his legs, but we got to worry about Tua and his rush. Big trap game for Miami as well. I'm hoping that they're focused on Buffalo next week versus us today. We'll see what they do. But yeah, guys, for my score prediction, look, I guess Broncos to win the last 2 games and things have not gone well. So I just don't see it this week. My faith and hope in this team is really just that it's a trap game, until this defense goes out there and shows me that they can play a solid game. And that Russ can go out there and play a solid game, and the offensive line can go out there and play a solid game. Until we see these things, I just don't feel comfortable picking this team to win. That's why we're the Bourbon Broncos No BS show. This is No BS from me right here, from Kev Dan's mouth. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say Broncos are going to lose. Miami 27, Broncos 21. Broncos get up by 10 points in the first half, and then nothing after that. So we'll see what happens, but it'll be interesting. But again, I will be here at halftime, guys, for the halftime hash. Make sure you're joining me here. As always, guys, the comments and questions are awesome. Let's see what this team can do. Appreciate the hearts and everything, the support on TikTok. First time doing a show there. Make sure you're following us on YouTube. Search Bourbon Broncos and No BS on YouTube, or go to youtube.com/Orange Weekly BN for Broadcast Network. So we will see you guys then. Go Broncos, guys. Let's see what this team can do. As always, talk to you later. See ya.
Do what I like, yeah, I do what I like, yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right, and I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow, cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go, in the zone, here I go, in the zone, here I go, yeah, they know I'm a pro.